I have a double whammy episode in this installment of cheating stories. While perusing through various forums, I found our first story. Both stories in this episode have the theme of other women defending the action of the woman who cheated. It is startling to see and is eye-opening. It raises the question of morality and empathy and is truly fascinating. The first story involves a 26-year-old man, he is the one posting this, and his 22-year-old girlfriend. His post begins: I have been dating my girlfriend, who I'll call Hannah, for about a year now. We met at the same university where I'm doing a PhD and she is wrapping up her undergrad. We met through a mutual hobby. I know it's a bit early in our relationship, but things have been going really well between us, to the point that I could see us potentially making it in the long term. But a few days ago, something really made me reevaluate things. Hannah's friend, who I'll call Sarah, came to visit and Hannah decided to host a small gathering at her apartment. This was still within COVID-19 guidelines where I live. It turned out to be a very boozy affair, which was fine as everyone was having fun. During this party, I saw that Sarah was getting very friendly with a guy there who I'll call Mark. He is more of a distant friend of Hannah's. Now, while Sarah and I are not close, I knew she had a boyfriend as she had aired out issues about her relationship with Hannah in my presence. I sort of nudged Hannah, but she sort of laughed and said she's been having a tough time lately, let her just have some fun. As the party wound down, everyone left except for me, Hannah, Sarah, and the guy. Sarah was staying in the other room in the apartment. The roommate normally living there is gone. Now Sarah announces that as Mark is a bit wasted and lives far away, he will just crash in the bedroom with her. At this point I did express my discomfort, but both Sarah and Hannah sort of brushed it off and said it was fine and it was just a friendly gesture and nothing inappropriate would obviously happen. Well, it was not my place to do more, so we all just turned in for the night. At this point I told Hannah again that I think Sarah is acting shady and is probably going to cheat, which again Hannah brushed off. To nobody's surprise, soon you could start hearing noises from the other room, which may have been ambiguous at first, but not when Sarah loudly announced that she was climaxing. At this point Hannah sort of laughed and said something like, "Lucky girl." I became kind of livid and said that Sarah is being a horrible person for cheating. Hannah started defending her, saying that her relationship was strained and that they were probably going to break up. That it was just a physical fling and Sarah just needed to blow off some steam after being so stressed. At that point I just didn't want to deal with our disagreement while it was set to the tone of noises coming from next door, so I just left. Hannah texted me right away and I could tell that she was very distraught, but I asked her to give me a bit of time to process things. She texted in more detail the next day saying that she's sorry she didn't stop Sarah and that what happened was wrong and could we please talk about it. But what happened really changed the way I see Hannah and how I think of her morality. I can't believe she was so blasé that her friend was cheating literally right next to us. Am I blowing this out of proportion, or is this a major enough red flag to end a relationship over it? That is the end of his story. I imagine most of you are horrified by this. The lack of empathy and the lack of consideration for her friend's actions are alarming. It gets worse though. When I was looking at this, somebody in the comments had linked another story, an even worse one. The second story is posted by a 58-year-old man. His wife in this story is 57 and his daughter is 25. The title of his post is, "I feel like I never really knew my wife after seeing the way she handled finding out about our daughter's actions." His post begins, "I am aware the title is confusing and unclear, but the situation is complicated. I am overwhelmed and confused, and I feel like everything I knew about the people closest to me was a lie. Long story short, my daughter Anna cheated on her boyfriend Adam, who I have an amazing relationship with. She is now pregnant, and the child is not his. The other man doesn't know yet. Adam was on a business trip that lasted about 3 weeks. After he came back, I assume Anna told him about the pregnancy because he called and said he wanted to propose and if I had any tips for him. 3 days later he comes over to drop a wailing Anna off at our house with all of her belongings. Apparently, Anna's friend told him about the cheating. That is the only thing she told us through the crying. Adam didn't say anything, he just took her stuff out of the car and drove off. I was, and still am, deeply disgusted with my daughter. I did my best to raise her well and I can't believe she would do this. I am not able to offer her any comfort or support because I just can't justify her actions. She is my daughter and I love her, but I feel such deep disgust. What she did is despicable. I texted Adam, asking if he was okay. He said he'll be fine. As if these conflicting emotions regarding my daughter weren't enough, I have some about my wife and the way she is handling this. My wife Mary, as soon as she saw Anna crying, started to yell at Adam asking what happened, cursing at him after he ignored her. Her reaction just added to my shock. I brought Anna inside while she was yelling and cursing. We comforted her, gave her water and sugar when she told us what happened through tears. My wife was shushing her, telling her it was going to be okay. But then she started saying things like "You'll find someone better, he wasn't man enough anyway," which disturbed me. She doesn't see anything wrong with what she said. I told her that our daughter did something terrible and nearly got away with doing that to someone and that she shouldn't be validated. I'm not saying we should insult her, but we shouldn't validate her choices either. She disagrees and says she needs our support. I really don't know what to do. I'm disgusted by both of them, but at the same time they're my wife and daughter. This is the 4th day since it happened, and Anna is posting on her Facebook things like men are trash and bad-mouthing her friend who told Adam. I don't really talk to her. Mary told me don't you dare talk to her about Adam. I started spending more time out of the house. What do? I really need advice on how to handle this. The post ends there, but when looking at the update on the post, the poster reveals the following piece of information. He posted, "After talking to Anna, I talked to my wife. I told her that her behavior shocked me and caused me to doubt her own morality and character. She defended it at first, but then eventually told me the truth. It was a co-worker. She changed jobs after the affair. I try not to think about that night." End of his post. So, his wife had cheated on him prior. Now when her daughter did it to her boyfriend, the wife defended her actions. This isn't a video to slight women, men can do this too, men also cover for other men cheating. This really is just to share the story. Please discuss in the comment section. Thanks for watching.